Sometimes the weight of expectations tries to box us in the places we weren't meant to fit.
Hi, guys. Welcome back. I'm Teresa.
And I'm Irene. And friends, this week's episode is something like no other. We're going to be talking about becoming, figuring out your identity, almost like a rebirth, sort of, and figuring out what's next for us, because that's what happens when you're in the messy middle.
Oh, so true. So first, Irene, how was your week?
My week was interesting, lots of up and downs, a little bit of fighting here, a little bit of fighting there, but eerily, I am very calm about it, which is so not like me. And I think it's because I'm coming into myself. I'm having a new identity. There's a sense of rebirth because the old Irene would have been a hot mess this week. So the fact that I'm here, I'm smiling is a big deal. It's a very big deal. And
I
how
love
about you? How was your week?
it teaches you that life doesn't have to be perfect, right?
Yep.
So, as I shared last week, as of next week, I'm going to be unemployed. 25 years, people, 25 years. It's been an emotional roller coaster,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm calm. Like, I literally am not going to have a paycheck after next week.
Isn't it
I'm
so
okay.
weird that we're so calm?
To the point that I don't know if God is, like, putting Prozac into my body and I'm not aware of it, but shit, I'm freaking myself out on how calm I am because the reality is life doesn't have to be perfect.
No. But what it does have to be is real. 100%.
And that's what I so wanna talk about this week. Like, I really wanna talk about, like, everything.
Okay. So tell us, Teresa, what did we do last week?
So last week we talked about like what happens when you keep things in, right? Like when you bottle it up and you hold on to these emotions.
Right. And so this week I feel like we need to address now what comes after the effect. Like we kept things out in and now typically there's an explosion, but I don't think that's what we're going to focus on today.
No, we have to basically talk about being honest, right? Like I have to be honest with myself. All week I've been looking in the mirror and saying, what do you really want to do? What's next? Like, do you love this? Do you love that? Like, is that really going to pay the bills? Like, you're the sole breadwinner. Like, what is truly going to light you up, yet pay your bills? So, I've been having these hard conversations with myself and saying, is it a career? Is it a
Mm-hmm.
job? Or is it a little bit of both? Like, what is it?
And I think where you're at right now is where most women are, and they realize that things don't feel the same anymore. Things that lit you up before don't light you up today. Even today, I was talking with my friend Kathy. You remember Kathy, my old doTERRA
Love
builder?
Kathy.
She's been sick. She has cancer. It's not a secret. People know. And she was going through some old paperwork and she found a customer sheet that she had done with one of her first doTERRA customers. And she goes, I love this. She goes, why did I stop doing it? I said, well, you're going through some health issues right now. She goes, no, she's like, I stopped way before that. She goes, and I don't know why. And I feel like that is such a good segue for us to talk about how you feel lost sometimes in that moment and you really not sure of where to go and your life feels off and it's like, what am I doing here? Where am I going? And I feel like that's somewhere where you are right now, very real in your real and like in your daytime job. That's where Kathy feels now. And that's how I felt since like August. Like, why does my life feel off? Where do I belong?
I think the hardest thing is, right? Like, so you've hit 50, I'm about ready to turn 50. And like we grew up saying when you're 50, there's this fake paper, right? Like
Hmm.
supposed to be at this point in your life, and this amount of money in the bank, ready for retirement, all these things. It's a different world.
Oh, yes.
Um, and it doesn't have to feel like the way it's supposed to feel, right? Like I remember saying, "Oh my god, when I turned 50, it's like I've made it."
Mhm.
And I'm actually starting over, right? Like, I have my stepdad texting me, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I think I am." I have no money in the bank, let's be real, people. I'm struggling, but for some odd reason, I'm very okay about it, and I don't know why, which makes me think that it's going to be okay.
Well, the first thing that you said right now is you're eerily calm and there's nothing wrong with you, right? Because most people in your position would be freaking out right now. Yes, I know that you've been reaching out to friends and coworkers and colleagues on LinkedIn and sending out your resume. And you're probably thinking, like, what's wrong with me? Why aren't I freaking out? Because there's nothing wrong. There's a change happening for you. There's a huge change happening for you.
100%. It's like something is changing. So
Hmm.
I've been feeling this for months. I've been knowing that, like,
Yep.
okay, like, I know once this happens, like, there's going to be an acquisition, and then acquisition means layoffs, and layoffs means change. So mentally, I think I was preparing my mind, but you always think, oh my God, what if it is me? Oh, it's not me. I'm so good at my job. People love me. So I think I went through the whole, I guess, let's be raw, mind fucked moment. Like, right?
Yeah.
Like, my mind was constantly going back and forth, and I was like, literally mind fucking myself, and that was exhausting. I was eating unconditionally, I was not taking good care of myself, and I was just like, "The shit is gonna hit the fan, and then what?" And
And
it
then
did.
what?
It did, and honestly, like, I feel like I have this weird identity shift. A part of me is just like, "You're just gonna have to now figure it out, and that's okay."
You took the words right out of my mouth. So starting over or me putting everything on hold, we hold on and we latch on to this identity that we've had for such a long time. We've been this way such a long time. And now that things have shifted for both of us in different ways, we don't talk about the identity. We don't talk about what we're holding on to. We have always this forward thinking expectation. Like you said, I'm 50 and I need to be here. I should be there. I should be doing this. And it's not about the shoulds, but it's about who we've been for so long. And then how do we pivot? How do we move out of that? And I don't know what the answer is, but I know that we have to embrace it. We have to
Mhm.
accept it and kinda, like, go along for the ride and see and have that open mind. The way you are right now with your open mind, you're like, "Alright, I get to recreate and reinvent myself, and let's see what's out there for you." Because we've
100.
had a lot of identities, is it
Oh
not?
Yeah, mom, wife, caretaker, the reliable one.
Mm,
I'm always the solid one. I'm always making sure everyone's okay, like getting everything done before I leave the house or, you know, getting things ready for baseball or don't forget this. I'm a lunatic. I write things on a chalkboard. I write things in a group family text. I make put everything in my little calendar over here. I do it all. And
yeah,
honestly, who am I doing it for?
I don't know. You tell me. We're the ones who are holding everything together for everyone all the time, and it's exhausting.
100%. And I think that this change personally, and
Mhm.
you might see me fall apart, people, in a couple of weeks, but I think it happens because I just couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't do a job that was really draining me. I was working around the clock, knowing that I was going to probably get let go, thinking if I work extra hard, they're going to just hold on to me, they're going to find a reason. But numbers are numbers, right? And it doesn't matter how hard you work or how much you put in. It was my time, and I feel like it was my time for a reason. It was my time because I actually need to live again. I need to be that human person and do a job that pays me and at the same time have a life because I had no life.
No. And maybe that version of you from before worked, but where does it fit in now? And the same thing with me. I remember when you and I first met, we were juggling our daytime job. We were doing our doTERRA business. Then, life happened. And I know that you went through a little bit of a family crisis. And I ended up adding more things to my plate. And I don't know if it was because I was avoiding my home life. And it's
Mhm.
like, yeah, no, I'm not going to deal with that. So I'm going to throw myself into now another thing of being a lifestyle coach. and it doesn't fit now. I'm not doing that anymore. I can't. I need to be here. I need to be in the now. But we also have to remind ourselves that we didn't get it wrong. What we did before fit our season.
Oh, 100%.
And I think that's very important to say.
I mean, I love that. I'm gonna build on that.
Yeah.
I think it is so important to say you didn't get it wrong, right? Like, we're
Mhm.
all in different seasons, we're all different in different chapters, and growth is the most important thing, right? Like, so if you don't grow within yourself, then your chapter's not gonna keep on continuing. And not to say that it's like, "Oh god, the doomsday, like, you're over, you're dead." Um, but you're not gonna live, you're not gonna grow, and you're not gonna, like, change things, and I think that's like, we're evolving, right? Like, I think
Mhm.
I'm actually proud of myself because everybody around me is freaking out, and I'm like, "I will figure it out." And
Yes, you will.
and it's scary to say, right? "Shit, I don't have a job," but I'll figure it out. Like, I'll make it work like I always do.
But I think what's happening right now is the people around you are getting uncomfortable. They're looking at you and your family, your friends, they're all looking for guidance from you because you were that compass. You were their true north. You were that North Star, that anchor, right? That word anchor has come up a lot for me this week. And we signal safety,
Oh, yeah.
and that's where it gets uncomfortable because when they see us be safe and anchored and the North Star and that compass and things are shifting and our identity is shifting, they're like, wait a minute, who's going to navigate now? Who's going to navigate us? Who's going to help us move from one season of our life to the other? Who is going to
Well,
take
take the
care of
fucking
me?
wheel, people. Take the
And they
wheel.
don't want to take the wheel. They're scared to take the wheel.
Maybe they should grow the fuck up and take the wheel so we can sit in the passenger seat or maybe the back. I'll literally go in the trunk if somebody else takes the wheel.
But yeah, no, absolutely. But it's interesting because like last weekend, I was away. We were away for a work conference. It was Friday into Saturday. And I was sitting and I do a lot of listening now as a coach for teachers and as a lifestyle coach for women. And I just sit and I listen because so many things get revealed. And unless I'm in that moment listening, I can miss so many nuggets that women are dropping left, right, and center. And women just want to find that clearance in the middle of the forest, in the middle of the chaos. They just want to find that clear path, that one little part of their life that they can feel themselves again.
Mm. I mean, that's crazy because, like, first, you're really good at listening.
Thank you.
You are the best listener. And I think that's huge to say, right? I'm the talker, but I think you're the listener, and I think that's what makes our relationship so special
Mhm.
because you love helping people.
I do. I love helping people. And then one thing that you and I do really well together is we sit down and we help people think about women, especially. Okay, what's working in my life? Let me stop, right? Let me journal about it. Let me do a 5-minute meditation. What's actually working in my life? My morning routine, like what you have where you write everything out, my evening routine where I sit and I do my evening prayer and I train my brain to see the good and to feel gratitude every night.
Mm.
That's working. What's not working for me is coming home and sitting down and having a cup of coffee and like a bag of cookies. Like that's not working anymore. Or the same thing for you with the M&Ms. Yep, nope, that's not gonna work anymore.
I bet
And
we could be clear, I've been very good with my M's. I
that's
haven't
great.
had
I
them.
love it, I love it, right? And so we have to ask ourselves as women, what do we want instead? I want what works, and I know that's what you want.
Yeah,
And yeah,
for me personally, I went back to the gym today and it felt really, really good. Like,
you're
I
getting
mean,
back on track.
I didn't work. My last day is next Thursday, but my time is limited. So weird saying that. So I said, you know what? Let me find out what my new normal is. And I got up, I did things around the house, I got sidetracked, I put my resume out, I talked to recruiters. And then I was like, you know what? Go to the gym because in a month from now, when you have another job, you're going to be pissed that you didn't utilize this time. So I went to the gym and I talked on the phone. I rode the bike. I did the elliptical and I did everything that I'm like, oh, that person's really not a gym person. They're not a real gym person. So I basically laughed at myself at the gym. Um,
But it's
and,
okay.
but I did it. And when I got out of the gym, my freaking thighs were on fire. And let me tell you something, I did not
Woohoo!
work out. Nope, not even I didn't even crack a sweat, whatever. But I went.
Right? But you worked muscles you haven't worked out before.
Yeah, no, I worked out my mouth because I talked on the phone a lot, but I definitely and I was like, "You know what? I'm proud of myself. I could do this tomorrow, and tomorrow I will do the same thing." Like, it's about rebirth, and I think that is so important for us.
Yes, because you are putting yourself on a good track. You are because you could very easily get lost and have no direction. Not knowing where to go, what to do, waking up in the morning and saying to yourself, oh, what am I going to do today? And you have that never ending list that you're like, oh, yeah, when I have time, I will. But the reality is, we're not going to get it done. And so by setting yourself up for success right now, you're putting in the time and you're putting in the effort to help you move forward. And I love it. I like the fact that you called it a reset, a rebirth almost. And it's just so good.
Well, you feel lighter, right? Like,
Hmm.
I'm not gonna and again, a couple of weeks from now, I might be a very different Teresa, but right now, I'm not gonna go on the pity potty. I'm not gonna be angry. I might drop the F-bomb or go on my little rants a couple of times,
That's
but I'm
okay.
gonna stay focused and I'm gonna really do what's gonna push me forward, and pushing me forward is staying focused, and I think that is so important for all of us.
Can I let you in on a little secret of what's happening?
Tell me.
That's because something new is coming through for you. Things are not ending, right? Yes, your job is ending, but there is this new little seedling and it's trying to push through to come up and to give you a sense of vitality and life. And you're going to be so excited for whatever comes through next.
I think I have "I'm not done yet"
Woo!
energy.
You are not done yet, my
Showing
friend.
my guns. I'm gonna be like, "Oh god, I'm wearing tanks and showing my guns because I'm not done yet, people." You
Yes,
know what? Midlife.
they're your guns,
Oh, you
Teresa.
have some guns. Look at that.
Thank
Oh,
you.
wow. Excuse me. Someone's good work today. This is a different type of episode.
Did not think I was going to show my guns today, but here we go. Here we are.
You know what? It doesn't matter. You got it, girl. Show it.
Yeah, because you do. We have there's so much more for you. There's so much more for me. There's more life to you, right? The fact that you're going to the gym, you are giving back to yourself and giving back to your life. You have more growth. You're already thinking about what do I want to do for my future? How do I want to get excited about going back to work? Because it's more than just the money. Yes, the money is important, but it's also what it's going to do up here for your brain. Like, are you going to feel connected? Are you going to feel aligned to
A
whatever you're doing in your future?
100%. And honestly, like for everything. So, right? Like I'm worried about skincare, so I'm buying all the Korean skincare and I'm like rubbing my neck like this and then rubbing my face up like this.
Well, yeah, because those jowls,
Oh
I get it.
god, that stupid vibration thing that I'm still doing. The jowls aren't moving as fast. So like I'm not ignoring finally all the things that I've been talking about. Like I am giving myself baby steps,
Hmm.
but baby steps for my future, for the Teresa that I will have. And not to say that I'm not proud of my past Teresa, but the Teresa that's in this current chapter that I could look in the mirror and say, God, you got it, girl. And I think that's so important for us to remind ourselves that we all have different seasons, we all have different chapters, but you can have that negative page, right? You can have that
Of
moment of
course.
like, really, is this my fucking life? But
Mm.
turn the page and keep on continuing your story.
So last week or 2 weeks ago when we were talking, you said something. Um, and I want to bring it to life because you slowed yourself down. You said your head was not in the computer all day long. You were actually able to look up and to talk to people. And I think part of that slowing down helps you find yourself because now you're listening to your body. You're allowing your brain not to go through 1,000 beats in a minute, and you're shifting yourself. And I remember you talking about it, and all I can picture in my mind when you were talking about how you're now able to lift your head up and see.
Yeah.
It was like, wow, like you didn't tell me that's what you did, but that's what I was thinking in my mind. You're like, Irene, all I was doing for the last 2 months or whatever it is was my head was in the computer and I was just working, 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 working. And now you actually were able to stop, take a breath, and like look up and see what was around you. Like you didn't even know that I worked in the city on Thursdays. We've been doing this podcast pretty much every Thursday night we record since October. And 2 weeks ago, you're like, what? You work on you're in the city on Thursdays? And so that to me was
Yeah.
like, wow.
I went to the
She
eye
said
doctor,
something back to
people.
herself.
I got additional glasses. I have to utilize my insurance. I was like, "Oh, I'm doing a podcast now. Can I have, like, non-glare?" So he was like, "Oh, this is a good one." They all by the way, they all look the same. Who knew I had the same? I was like, "I gotta use my insurance." And then I was like, "You know what?
Oh, I like those.
Now with
Yeah,
this,
but
this
now I can see your nose hairs.
thank God." Then I was like, "You know what? Let's use this one." Oh, I still got the glare. But the old pair is the perfect pair that still works. I was like, "Oh,
Okay.
wait, this isn't the old pair. Oh, that's
No,
the new
I don't
pair."
know. They all look the same. They all have the same frame. What are you doing over there?
Yeah, no, I don't
Yeah.
like change. But
Okay.
can I say something? Like,
Yes.
I was like, "Shit, I'm gonna get my eyes checked." I have 20/20 vision, by the way, I'm just old.
Okay.
So I can't see because I'm old. But I'm finally able to, like, block out the nonsense and have clarity. Like, the
Mm-hmm.
fact that I didn't know, and I speak to you all the time that you work in the
I know.
city on Thursdays, was such a, "Holy fuck, Teresa, get your head out
Mm-hmm.
of your ass" moment
Yeah.
that, like, it really, like, it made me say, "I'm not living."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Crazy.
So now that we're all coming back to ourselves, now that we've slowed down our life, we slowed down our thoughts, we're accepting that now what used to work is not going to work anymore and we're shifting. Let's talk about practicality.
Right. Talk to me.
Okay. So people are saying, okay, I mean, Teresa, what does this look like? And really, it's so simple. All right. So everyone, take out a piece of paper or a pad or a pencil or something and just write these things down. So, number one, take time to sit with yourself. It is so important to make an appointment with yourself every single day, not just on Fridays, not just on the weekends and have self care Saturday. No, every single day, we need to sit down with ourselves. I know you do it every morning and I do it every night. Maybe I should start doing it in the morning, but for now, we're good. Number two, when you sit with yourself, ask yourself, what do I want now? What do I actually want? And write that in your notebook. What does Irene want? What does Teresa want? Not what you've always done, not what you're expected to do, but what do you actually want? Because I know you, Teresa, are the manifester. You manifest things because you're always thinking about what you want and you're so crystal clear at it.
I mean, I think that's the huge thing about manifesting, right? And we could have another whole episode about that. And I've manifested
Wait,
in my life.
yes, 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 yes. We need to do a manifesting episode. Actually, I'm writing that down in our notes.
I love
Continue
that.
talking, my love.
But I think you have to be clear, right? So
Hmm.
I definitely want another job, right?
Yes.
And I keep on thinking to myself, what kind of job do I want? And I've been writing exactly word for word what I want. And I want it to just drop in my lap. Like, I don't wanna have to go out on an interview, which, of course, I'm gonna have to interview and talk to people, but
Right.
I want this job to just be handed to me, and it's either through friends, through my networking, or something. It's going to come to me. And I've been writing that down every single day.
Mhm.
So I think, the big one is you have to be so clear on your intentions. Do you want to pay off all your debt?
Yes.
Do you want to lend and not borrow? You have to be so clear on what you want. And sometimes you have to figure out, like, what do you really want?
Mhm.
And
Yes,
I
absolutely.
and I think that's what's huge in like acknowledging your next step.
Yeah, and even just noticing what you just did. What makes you energized, right? Is there a certain song that makes you feel energized? Play that song when you're sitting by yourself.
Yeah.
What makes you drained, right? We talked about friendships that drain you a couple of weeks ago, back in March. We talked about breaking up with friends. And it's funny because I had that conversation on last Thursday. I was talking to someone who's a motivational speaker, and he said I had a very hard conversation and I'm trying to let go of people who drain my energy. That alone tells you so much.
Mhm.
It tells you so much. So, friends, if you are feeling lost or like something is not clicking, it's not feeling, it's not jiving inside of you the way it used to, okay?
That doesn't mean you're off track, right?
No, it means that we are in the middle of becoming something new because that's the uncomfortable. When you get in that uncomfortable, when you're trying to break through that egg, when you're trying to get out, it's going to be uncomfortable because you're stretching to the left, you're stretching to the right. And it's like, where do I fit?
Mm.
And we're not contortionists.
I mean,
And
we
just,
would
we
have
have,
very, very different, exciting lives if we were.
oh, yes, we would not be sitting here on this podcast right now.
It would be a different type of podcast.
Yeah. So, what are we going to do, Teresa, next week? Because we're going to, our episodes every month are thematic. Everything ties into each other.
I mean, I think we're gonna transition, right? We're gonna take it one
Mhm.
step further and talk
Okay.
about what actually looks like slowing down and start choosing what matters in this next chapter.
Ooh, that's going to be so good. So, so good.
I mean, we have to always remember that life doesn't have to be perfect.
No, but what does have to be, it has to be real. So, friends, we're going to see you next time on the Messy Middle Unfiltered. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.